Hi, I'm Ollie Hicks.
I'm Emma Oosterhous.
And we're the creators of Grasshop Romance, a queer graphic novel for adults that is coming your way May 23rd. The Boulder Bookstore has sent us some author questions, so we're going to do a little Q&A for y'all, and we're super excited. So let's get into it.
Let's go. So can you give us a quick synopsis of the plot? No spoilers.
Yes. So Grasshop Romance is a queer graphic novel for adults. It's about Mickey Monsoon, is the MVP and star pitcher of the Bell City Broads, and this year they're going to win the statewide softball tournament. However, there's a spanner thrown in the work when Mickey's ex-childhood best friend / maybe could have been something, Astra Maxima, shows up to be a catcher for the rival team. Now, Astra Maxima and Mickey were completely inseparable as teens, but then Astra got magic powers and got shipped off to a secret softball academy in Switzerland in order to hone her powers and to become the ultimate magical girl softballer. So she's pretty unstoppable. She's here to get the trophy, get Mickey's heart, and also get the panties of every other player in the state, which sends Mickey on a tailspin. So Mickey forms an unholy alliance with Astra's ex, Wolfgang Kernigan, another magical girl, in order to stop Astra from getting that trophy and to take her down for once and for all. So, what inspired us to create this book?
So we are married, but before we were married, we were dating. And back in 2019, we were both going to the same university for different postgrad degrees, both in comics though, and we both made comics separately in the sort of the small press scene. And at one point you just suggested, let's do a comic together. And I wanted to do a magical girl comic, and you wanted to do a sports comic. And you said, it must be softball because they have the hottest uniforms. And I said, do you know anything about softball? Because I don't. And you said, no, don't worry about it.
And here we are.
Here we are. We still don't know much about it. And this is now a 3-book series.
But I think the inspiration for the story was sort of like, as we were writing the initial comic, we were in the initial stages of our relationship, and so it is sort of very much about that intense rush of being in love at the start of being in love, and it is about like romance and love and joy, and
but also like the sexiness of having a nemesis and a rival, and like that's all very delicious.
It's so good to us. So those are the things that sort of really inspired us and made us turn it into this crazy book.
So that actually leads nicely into the next question, which is, do either of you play sports, or did you play sports as kids?
No, I hate sports. I actually come from a famously sports phobic family where we all dislike sports and don't know how to play them.
And I did grow up playing tennis, but you didn't want to do a comic about that.
No. So, what was it like to work on this graphic novel together?
It was great. It was really fun. It was definitely the most labor-intensive thing I've ever done in my life. Neither of us had ever done a project that big before. It's 229 pages, and I think up until that point, the biggest thing I'd done was like 36. And I'd also never worked with a writer before. I'd always written my own short comics, and so getting used to like writing somebody else's vision and somebody else's like script was a really interesting experience. I was always like pushing myself because it was the most, I think, highly rendered art that I've ever done. And I was always sort of trying to level up, like every 20 pages or so. I feel like you can see like a little improvement in the art. So you can see like a little linear progression from beginning to end of the book, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, I think for me it was really nice to work on the book together. We wrote it during 2021, 2022. We were long distance for much of the creation process, and it was the pandemic. So it was like a pretty bleak time in our lives. But working on this book was like this little beam of queer joy and hope that we got to just talk about and laugh about and goof about like all day for like over a year. So it was a really positive force in our life working on this book together. I loved working on it with you.
So this is just book 1. Any hints at what future adventures await Mickey and Astra?
So much messiness, so much drama, more of Wolfgang, Astra's ex, more magical girls. You're gonna be able to see a little bit of this world that took Astra away from Mickey. So I'm really excited to sort of share the competitive magical girl softball leagues with y'all because it's wild.
What are a couple books you read during the pandemic that you really loved?
Oh, there were some really great books that I read. I really loved Vampire Blood Drive by Mirong Chua, which is a comic about vampires, and it was amazing. I also really enjoyed the Patricia Highsmith biography, Flying Out of Space by Grace Ellis and Hannah Templer. It was really complicated and messy, and just a great piece of comics work. And finally, I started reading The Rose of Versailles by Ryoko Ikeda, which is this amazing, epic 1970s manga of Marie Antoinette and the French Revolution, and it's just incredible. What did you read, Emma?
I read the Locked Tomb series, so Gideon the Ninth, Harrow the Ninth, etc., and really liked those books.
Is there anything else you want us to know about your book?
Yes, so something that's really important to me is that when you take off the dust jacket, it looks like this. And on the back, it looks like this. And the spine's pretty good.
The spine's great. Shout out to our designer, Andy Miller. The only thing I would like to say about this book is that it's really funny, it's really romantic, it's really vulnerable. I'm really proud of it. It's really messy, and the art is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's stunning. You've never seen art, I think, like it in a graphic novel. So yeah, I just want you to know that this book is amazing. I want you to read it.
Okay, so now Ollie's going to do a dramatic reading of a couple of pages from the book.
So this is from the opening softball match when Mickey and Astra meet each other on the field for the first time in 8 years. And the announcer is like, if you're just joining us, it's the bottom of the second inning. It's 1-0 to the Bell City Broads. With Monsoon in the pitching circle, the Gaiety Gals have so far been unable to get a hit. But they're looking for a break, and this could be it. So Mickey's in the dugout, and they're being sort of given instructions by their coach, and Astra comes out to bat, and Mickey and Astra's eyes meet across the pitch as, like, fourth in the batting lineup, Astra Maxima. And Mickey immediately blushes when they see Astra, and they just run out to get to the mound to, like, take her out. And like, come on, let's go. And the coach is like, don't forget what I said, Monsoon. So Mickey and Astra are facing each other now, and the announcer's like, I've heard rumors of an extraordinary batting prowess from Maxima, but if anyone's gonna stall her, it'll be the Monsoon Crush Wall. So Mickey's catcher, Cameron Crush, is giving Mickey the signal, and she's like, Walker. And Mickey's like, no. And Cameron's like, Walker. And Mickey's like, no. And Astra is like, Mickey, are you trying to walk me? And Mickey's like, and so Mickey and Astra just yell at each other across the pitch, and everyone's just kind of watching this go down. And Mickey's like, and Astra's like, go on, Mickey, walk me. You know you want to. And Mickey's like, I'll never walk you. And the outfielders are just watching this, and they're like, what are they saying? And the center fielder's like, I think she's saying, pork me, Mickey. And the outfielder's like, nice. And Mickey's had enough of it. They go, give me a play, Cam. So their catcher, world weary, sighs, gives Mickey a different pitch to do. And Mickey's like, uh-huh. And then they pitch, like, whoa! And the announcer says, and it's a four-finger screwball from Monsoon. Wowzers, I've never seen a ball with such wicked spin. I repeat, that ball is not straight. Maxima hasn't moved. She's going to miss the ball. And Astra is just in the middle of this crazy ball that's going. Astra's just like, huh. And then her eyes close. We have sound effects. She starts to float off the ground. She's starting to transform. She's all sparkly. And suddenly, she's transformed into this insane magical girl. And that's the end of this reading. To find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up the book.
Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to the Boulder Bookstore for letting us do this little interview. Grasshop Romance is out May 23rd, and we're super, super excited for people to read it, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.